What is all the hype about Mykhailo Mudryk? Now this video will analyze why Mudryk has become one of the most sought out players in Europe after just only 1.5 seasons of consistent top flight football. Now Mykhailo Mudryk is only 21 years old. He broke into the Shakhtar Donetsk first team last season, and a year and a half later he's seen a meteoric rise to football stardom, leading him to be on the wish list of all the top teams in Europe. So how good is he really? Well, Shakhtar Donetsk director of football claims that only Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. are better left wingers than Mudryk. Now that's probably a director of football trying to raise the transfer fee of his player, but it still shows the level Mudryk has risen to. Now he was born in Ukraine. Mudryk joined Shakhtar Donetsk academy at the age of 15. He had shown promise but was struggling to break into the first team as there were some questions about his attitude to training. Therefore, early on in his career he gets sent out to loan twice in Ukraine. First with Arsenal Kiev and then with Deshna Chernihiv, where he makes 10 appearances for both teams and 0 goals. But it was only when current Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi joined Shakhtar Donetsk in 2021, and he was such a fan of the young player that he told the club to bring Mudryk back from loan, and then he told the media that he believes Mudryk is one of the best young players he's seen, and, quote, if he doesn't bring Mudryk to the top level, then he will see it as a professional defeat. So De Zerbi brings him in the first team, and then Mudryk starts putting in strong performances for Shakhtar in his full debut season, playing 19 games in all competitions and scoring 2 goals. And this is when he started getting a buzz and getting on the radars of teams like Arsenal and Sevilla, but they don't go in for the player. So now this leads us to the current 2022-23 season, where Mudryk has been a revelation. He's already got 8 league goals in only 13 league appearances, so he's just basically toying with the Ukrainian league. However, it's his Champions League performances on the big nights that's woken up everyone to his talents. Europe games is where young stars make their name, like when Haaland was banging in the goals for Salzburg and everyone realized how good he was. And if you can perform in the European nights, it truly shows that you're a class player. And Mudryk has been doing that. He was sensational as Shakhtar battered RB Leipzig 4-1, and then he was brilliant in their 1-1 draw against Real Madrid, and then he scored in both of the matches against Celtic. So what are the attributes that make Mudryk so special? Firstly, let's just take a look at this lad. Look at him. He's tall. He's got long blonde hair. He's a physical presence. He's fast. He's got the tattoos around his neck. So he just looks like an archetypal footballer. And he has a very footballer name, Mudryk, which just rolls off the tongue. So the destiny side is written there for him to live up to the promise of a footballer. Then you have his actual attributes. So first, look at his glaring speed, his pace, his acceleration. Now, of course, all great wingers need to have pace, but it's his ability to pick up pace from a standing still that pops out at you. His decision making when running with the ball shows he has great potential. Of course, many Shakhtar fans who watch him every week will also say that right now it's all very chaotic and he needs some polishing out, but that's understandable considering he's only been in Shakhtar first team for 1.5 seasons. Now, the style of football he thrives in is the one that Shakhtar plays, is the counter-attacking football where he solely plays on the left wing, and you'll see in the highlights he's brilliant at turning defense into attack with his amazing pace and direct running at defenders. So he has all the makings to be the next big thing. Arsenal are currently the only team strongly linked with him. But how badly do they really need him? Well, firstly, they already have a generational talent on the left wing in Gabriel Martinelli. They also have Emil Smith-Rowe as a backup for Martinelli. So I'm not sure if a left winger is Arsenal's most biggest priority, considering Mudryk will not be cheap at all. Plus, if he's joining a new club, then he'll 100% expect to be a main starter. But then on the other hand, you have clubs like Man City who have shown that if you want to be a top team, you just stockpile on great players, regardless of what position you already are strong in. Plus, Gabriel Jesus is injured, so maybe Arteta could move Martinelli up front and put Mudryk on the left wing. Also, Arsenal have Ukraine captain Zinchenko in the team, so that would help Mudryk settle in, as I'm definitely sure that Mudryk doesn't speak any English. Then you see Arteta's track record with wingers, which is second to none. Sane, Sterling, Martinelli, Smith-Rowe and Saka have all had their best years when working with Arteta, because he knows how to bring out the best in wingers. So overall, I suspect Arsenal may go in, but another big team are more desperate for a left winger, could go in for Mudryk, and that might be more appealing to Mudryk, and he might end up there. But regardless, it's exciting to see when Mudryk develops into a player. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe for more content.